Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Biofingerprints. In my last video I had covered plant tissues. In today's video I am going to cover two types of animal tissues. So before starting, let me tell you that the link of plant tissue video is in the description box. Now animal tissues. Animal tissues are divided into four main parts: epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and nervous tissue. Epithelial tissue is further divided into simple squamous epithelium, stratified squamous epithelium, columnar epithelium, ciliated columnar epithelium, cuboidal epithelium, glandular epithelium. Muscular tissue is divided into striated muscle, non-striated muscle and cardiac muscle. Connective tissue is divided into three main parts: connective tissue proper, supportive connective tissue, fluid connective tissue. Connective tissue proper is further divided into three parts: areolar tissue, adipose tissue, fibrous tissue. Supportive connective tissue is divided into cartilage and bone. Fluid connective tissue is divided into blood and lymph, and there is no such subdivision for nervous or neural tissue. So in my today's video I am going to cover only two types of animal tissues, that is epithelial tissue and muscular tissue. Rest two connective and nervous tissue I'll cover in my next video. So let's start with epithelial tissue first. So epithelial tissue is the outermost tissue. So therefore it is protective in nature. It is present on body surface and lining of some cavities also. So on the basis of their shapes they are divided into: number one, simple squamous epithelium. So simple squamous epithelium first come to the shape of the cell. So the shape of the cell is polygonal. It is very clear from the diagram given that it is polygonal in shape. Also the cells are thin and flat. Now come to the location of simple squamous epithelium: outer skin layer, lining of mouth, nasal cavities, blood vessels and lymph vessels. So these are the areas in our body where such type of epithelium is present. Now come to the function of such epithelium. This epithelium is present outside our skin surface, so therefore it provides protection. So protection from mechanical injuries, germs, certain type of chemicals or drugs, and being dry up. Our next type of epithelium is columnar epithelium. So columnar epithelium first come to the shape of the cells with the help of which such epithelium is made up of. So the shape of the cell is column-like, cylindrical or vertical. So can you see such vertical cells? Such vertical cells are present. These are the vertical cells, right? And now come to the example or the location in our body where such epithelium is present. So such epithelium is present in the inner lining of our stomach, and intestine. Now come to the function of this epithelium. This epithelium provides protection. It also performs some secretory functions. So it is involved in secretion of various substances. So for case of protection, in our stomach there is a membrane which is impermeable to bacteria. So therefore bacteria cannot be entered there, right? So in this way we can say that it provides protection. Ciliated columnar epithelium is a type of columnar epithelium only when cilia are present at the free ends of columnar epithelium. So in that case, it is known as ciliated columnar epithelium. And cilia are the thread-like projections which are involved in the movement of substances. So come to the location. This epithelium is present in the lining of windpipe, that is in our trachea, and oviduct also. Oviduct is the fallopian tube. It is another name for fallopian tube or the site of fertilization in human females. Now come to the function. As I have already told you that cilia are thread-like structures which are involved in the movement of substances. So its function is movement of substances. So next type is cuboidal epithelium. First come to the shape of the cells. So shape of the cell is cube-like. It is clear from the diagram given here. So this shape of the cell is cube-like, and come to the location where this epithelium is located in our body. So it is located in our kidneys. And if we talk about the specific location in our kidney, so it is present in the kidney tubules, inner wall lining of the kidney tubules. Now come to the function. Since it is present in the kidney tubules, so therefore it helps in absorption and filtration. And yes, along with the kidneys, it is also present in our salivary glands and pancreatic duct. Next type is glandular epithelium. It is a type of columnar epithelium only. So glandular epithelium secretes chemical substances and it is located in the inner lining of stomach and intestine. Now come to the function of this epithelium. This epithelium form tubular glands after infolding. So example of such epithelium is sweat gland, tear gland, liver, etc. Now moving on to the muscular tissues. So before going forward, let's revise this chart. So muscular tissue is divided into three types: striated muscle, non-striated muscle and cardiac muscle. Let's discuss in more detail. So this is skeletal muscle tissue, this is cardiac muscle tissue, and this is smooth muscle tissue. So skeletal muscle tissue is also known as striated muscular tissues or striped or voluntary. Smooth muscle tissues are also known as unstriated or unstriped or involuntary. And yes, this skeletal muscle tissue, it forms around 40% of total body weight. So this is our first type, skeletal muscle. It is also known as, I have already told you, it is also known as striated muscle or striped or voluntary. I'll tell you the reason of call it as voluntary muscle later, right? So skeletal muscle, so the cells are cylindrical. Number one characteristic feature, skeletal muscle, it is made up of some cells which are cylindrical in shape. Such muscles are unbranched. These 2 points are very clear from the diagram given here. So cells are cylindrical, yes, we can see. Cells are unbranched, yes, we can see. There are no branches present. Number 3, cells are multinucleated. What is multinucleated? Multinucleated is a condition where more than one nucleus is present. So nucleus is singular and nuclei is plural, right? So multinucleated, it means more than one nucleus is present. Number 4, Such muscles are voluntary. What do you mean by this term voluntary? Voluntary means the movement of such muscles can be controlled by our own will. For example, when you move your hands, when you move your legs, so it is according to your own will. So those type of muscular movements are voluntary. It means you have your own will. Number 5 characteristic feature, they have alternate light and dark bands. So those alternate like light and dark bands are known as striations. Striations, it means light and dark bands are present. Yes, we can see in the diagram given here. This is a band which is dark. This is light band. This is again dark band. This is again light band. So yes, alternate light and dark bands are present here, and such bands or such pattern is known as striation. So we can say striations are present, and this is the reason why they are known as striated muscles also. Next, characteristic number 6, the end surface of these cells is blunt. End of these cells is blunt. Number 7 involves the example or location in our body where such type of muscular tissues are present. Skeletal muscle. So it is present in your hands, legs, tongue, face, neck, etc. Next type of muscle tissue is smooth muscle tissue. It is also known as unstriated. I hope now you can guess. Unstriated. Earlier I have shown you the striations. Striations means bands or light and dark bands with striation pattern. So unstriated means no such bands are present, right? So such cells are long. Number 1 characteristic feature, such cells are long. Yes, we can see in the diagram given here, the cells are long. Number 2, the muscles are unbranched. Yes, we can see the muscles are unbranched. There is no branch. Number 3, unstriated muscle is uninucleated. So only one nucleus is present per cell, so therefore the condition is uninucleated. Number 4, such muscular tissues are involuntary. So involuntary means the movement of muscle cells which you can't control. Okay, I'm giving you an example also. For example, your digestion, the food goes inside, you can't control the activity of food, you can't stop the food going inside. So that is an example of involuntary muscle movement. Next, inner lining of bronchi or the lining of blood vessels, you can't control those linings, right? Urinary bladder also, uterus, alimentary canal, muscle cells of iris in our eye. So all these type of muscles are involuntary in nature. Number 5, they have no bands. Therefore, such type of muscle tissue is known as unstriated. Unstriated. It means no striations are present. Number 6 characteristic feature, they have tapering ends. Have tapering ends. What do you mean by this tapering ends? It means like this type of pointed ends, they are known as tapered ends. Number 7, the location in our body. I have already told you, yes, the muscles of iris in our eye, bronchi, alimentary canal, uterus, inner lining of blood vessels, urinary bladder, right? Next type of muscle cells or the muscular tissue is cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscles are, the cells of such muscles are cylindrical. The muscles are branched. Yes, we can see the branches are present here like this, like this. So branches are present, right? Number 3 characteristic feature, it is uninucleated. What do you mean by this term uninucleated? Uni means single. We have already discussed this term in unstriated muscle type. So uninucleated means one nucleus is present per cell. Number 4, it is a type of involuntary muscle fiber. So it is a type of involuntary muscle. Involuntary means you can't control the movement of such muscles. Number 5 characteristic feature, the bands are present but they are very faint and light. So very faint and light bands are present. Number 6, the ends are flat and wavy, right? Number 7, example or the location in our body. So cardiac muscles are present in our heart or in our heart tissues. So this was all about type of epithelium tissue and muscular tissues. In my next video, I'll cover connective tissues and nervous tissues. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please like, subscribe and share.